A Georgia couple adopted 2 young boys, hoping to give them a home. Instead, they became their captors. This is the story of the Zulock case, and how one tip cracked open what investigators called a house of horrors. William and Zachary Zulock looked on paper like an ordinary married couple in Walton County, Georgia. William worked as a government employee. Zachary worked in banking. A few years earlier, they had adopted 2 brothers, special needs children, ages 9 and 11 at the time of this case, through a Christian adoption agency. To the outside world, it looked like a happy ending, a family, a home. But behind closed doors, something far darker was happening. In July 2022, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children flagged a tip. Homemade child sexual abuse material had been uploaded from an IP address traced back to Walton County. That tip reached the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and from there, local authorities. Investigators executed a search warrant on the Zulock home. What they found was staggering. Over 7 terabytes of digital evidence. Surveillance cameras, set up by the Zulocks themselves, inside their own house, capturing the abuse so they could watch it again later. The investigation didn't stop there. A man named Hunter Lawless was found to have received this material directly from Zachary Zulock. Facing his own charges, Lawless agreed to cooperate fully with prosecutors. Testimony that would later help seal the case. The scope of what investigators uncovered went far beyond what most people could imagine. Court documents describe repeated sexual abuse of both boys over a prolonged period. The men filmed these acts and shared them with what investigators described as under a dozen other individuals in their local area. Perhaps most disturbing, prosecutors say the Zulocks also offered their own sons to other abusers for sexual exploitation, and that at least one of these encounters left a child physically injured. This wasn't abuse happening in isolation. It was abuse that had become networked, a circle of predators with 2 children at the center of it. Over the next 2 years, the case moved through the courts. In August 2024, William Zulock pleaded guilty to 6 counts of aggravated sodomy, 3 counts of aggravated child molestation, 2 counts of incest, and 2 counts of sexual exploitation of children. 2 months later, in October, Zachary Zulock entered his own guilty pleas. Aggravated sodomy, aggravated child molestation, incest, sodomy, sexual exploitation of children, and pandering for a person under 18. On December 19, 2024, Judge Jeffrey L. Foster handed down the sentence, 100 years in prison for each man, without the possibility of parole. District Attorney Randy McGinley didn't mince words. These 2 defendants truly created a house of horrors and put their extremely dark desires above everything and everyone else. But he also had this to say about the boys at the center of this case. The resolve I have seen from these 2 young victims over the last 2 years is truly inspiring. Because of this sentence, those boys will never again have to wonder if their abusers might walk free. Cases like this are a reminder of why tip lines like the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children exist, and why they work. 1 flagged file, 1 IP address, and a house of horrors was finally exposed. What do you think? Should sentences like this be the standard in cases like it? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more real cases brought to light, make sure you're subscribed to True Abuse.